Greetings! Today I'd like to talk to you about saying goodbye to CSS User Agent hacks with a tool I found called CSS User Agent, appropriately named. I've always written a few separate CSS files and the necessity to discipline different platforms with various bad behavior patterns. I've been fixing fixed positions and boxing up box model boxes more times than I'd like to admit. Many developers starting in the field cannot grasp the concept that an internet browser and/or OS may interpret their code completely different one from the next, but it is a fact that developers work with every day. Most seasoned developers still have nightmares of being chased by the anthropomorphic cyber boogeyman known as Internet Explorer 6. Now, this absolute demonic personification of evil has devoured centuries of time in many businesses' projects. Now, with the death of Internet Explorer 666, we can all awaken from the night terrors with a little relief, but there are still real-world challenges that await us in the light of day. Internet Explorer 7, 8, 9 all have their bugs, but they are not alone. Firefox, Safari, Google Chrome also have their share of roach-infested summer basements. All internet browsers have quirks that may make them different from their peers, good and/or bad. Different OS versions of browsers may also display an array of flavors and textures that may not be expected and are a little sour to the taste. Different handheld devices now hold the same challenges as any other internet browser. We have iOS, which is iPad, iPhone, iPod, Android, and BlackBerry being the main contenders. Instead of riding an army of CSS User Agent soldiers, I have found the weapon of mass construction called CSS User Agent. Now, CSS User Agent echoes the browser's agent string in a class attached to the HTML tag. So let's take a look at what I have here. I have a simple HTML document with a paragraph in it. I'm calling the style sheet. Then I'm calling my jQuery via Google. And then I'm calling CSS User Agent, the min file. So let's look at the CSS User Agent JS, compressed here. Then our screen file that we called right here. In the screen file, the CSS file, we have the paragraph, the default paragraph. We have the different user agent strings attached to the different browsers. So if we look at a browser, here's Chrome. Within Chrome, we have this attached to the HTML tag. Class UA WebKit, which is user agent -WebKit. We also have this user agent Chrome. We look in the code, I have echoed out user agent Chrome paragraph. I also have user agent Safari paragraph. If we look at a different browser, Safari, we could see this class echoes out in the HTML tag again. WebKit, of course, Chrome and Safari both being WebKit, but the ID that we're looking for here is user agent Safari, just like we have here, user agent Chrome. If we go back and look at the code, we have user agent Safari, user agent Chrome, and we have different background colors being echoed out for the different browsers. You can see the power here. If we look at user agent Internet Explorer 6, 8, 9, we have different variables for these different browsers. Whereas IE6 doesn't display position fix, we have position absolute. Whereas iOS 3 might display something completely different, being that it doesn't currently support position fixed, we have position absolute. And we also have a few different things here. So we can clearly see the power in the tool. The user agent string details are appended by the prefix UA, and which stands for user agent, and I'm sure you made that connection by now. This is a very powerful tool for user agent CSS targeting, and that is done all in the CSS file. You can target different browsers and devices in a number of ways. So circumventing the problem and running straight to the solution with CSS User Agent is a pleasure. CSS User Agent makes it so easy to target different browsers, browser versions, operating systems, and mobile devices in a fraction of the time it took to write a user agent detection. My professional opinion is download CSS User Agent now and start developing with it. Again, we have just the one CSS file instead of making our Internet Explorer, or maybe one for Safari, one for Chrome. Everything is echoed out in this one CSS file, as we can clearly see here. I hope you like this tutorial of CSS User Agent and give it a try. The URL is cssuseragent.org. Thanks again, talk to you later.